Okay, let's start seated. Those of you joining us back on demand, I'm Maeve. Have a nice tall seat, and we're just gonna get right into it. You're gonna take your arms up overhead. You can sit however you want. Arms straight up overhead. Eyes soften, breath easy breezy, flowing in, flowing out. And as you reach the arms up, your shoulders are gonna go with you, and let them go. Do not depress them back down, let them go. Feel space from the shoulder to the hip. Turn your palms forward. Good. Make a fist like you're holding onto a bar. And if you've ever worked out in a gym and you've done a lat pull down, maybe with a handle over the bar, imagine that you are pulling some sort of weight down and drawing the elbows down. And if there was an imaginary bar, it would be coming kind of here. Good. And just kind of squeeze those elbows in toward the sides energetically so those lats are getting lit up a little bit. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then release the arms open. Bring the hands around front. Good. About a 90-degree angle on the elbows. Make that same fist again. And then pull the hands open as the elbows kind of hug inward. And you don't actually have to like pull the elbows in drastically, but there's a sense of hugging the upper arm toward the rib cage. Yes, that's perfect. One more inhale. Just release the hands open and at your sides. And just feel the shoulder girdle. Feel the length of your spine. And then come on to hands and knees. So on hands and knees, let me get both of my blocks ready for me up here. If you have blocks, you'll be using them today. You're going to take your right leg back, but you're going to keep your foot on the floor. And then feel the shape of the hips here, the direction that they're pointing. Try not to rest out on that left hip. Press it in so that the knee is directly under the hip, and you can kind of eyeball that if you need to. Push both hands down and spread the shoulder blades on your back. Belly draws up, front ribs draw up, and then gaze travels a little forward. Good. Keep all this. Low belly, pulling up, and then just lift the right leg up off of the ground, or the foot off the ground. So now we're extending that right leg back. Both arms are down. Beautiful. Beautiful. Notice how you want to kind of get lighter in the left hand and kind of lean into the left hip. Well, I do. Maybe you don't. You might not. But feel what you feel and see if you can stay centered and equally balanced in the arms, equally hand to leg. Tuck the left toes, and then just hover the left knee off the ground. And then slowly, keeping this position, start to straighten that left leg, three-legged dog. And your leg doesn't have to go super high. Keep the hips neutral. You can play with your hand position. I'm going to take mine a little wider. It just feels good here for me. One more breath in. And right knee into your chest. Draw the knee down the center. Place your foot next to your right hand. I'm going to use blocks here. You don't have to. I'm going to frame my front foot kind of where my hands just were. I'm going to put them on blocks. And then back leg nice and strong, and you can adjust your stance however much you need to. so that you feel like you can bend your right knee and drop your hips down a bit, and that your back leg is working really strong. Your blocks could be on the highest height here, the lowest height. I'm gonna go middle. It's gonna be dependent on your body. Very, very strong back leg. Really high on the toes. And using this connection of your hands on the blocks or on the floor to almost feel like you're creating a space between your right thigh and your right rib cage. So you're dropping that thigh down and lifting the right rib cage up a bit. Yeah, these are beautiful, really nice. Spine, really getting long here. Last breath in. And then press your right foot down as you exhale. And start to straighten that right leg any amount. And blocks will give you lots of help here if you need to flip them up or move them back toward your center line more, toward your hips more. That's cool too. And instead of feeling the need to fold down, instead we're going to reach the spine forward. So we're really lengthening out the spine here. Yep. Your back heel could be lifted or down. I'm going to let you decide what feels good in this moment. Rebend your front leg. Slide your back foot in a little bit more. Turn the hip open, the toes open. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Push, push, push. You're going to kind of keep your left toes forward here. So instead of bringing the leg back behind you and an arch or back bend coming into your body, keep the left foot a little bit forward. So if you look down the front side of your body, like down your chest, down your hip, down your thigh, you can see the whole top of your left foot. And the more you kind of use your belly to support that, the easier it will be. Equanimity in the pose. So equal work, arms, legs, spine, torso, or the muscles around the spine. And start to bring that left foot forward. Malasana. You can use a block under your hips if you need. This can be high, so I always kind of drop right down low, but it doesn't have to be low. It might be low, but it might not be low. It's dictated by your body. Bring your hands down to the ground. Inhale for length and step back to plank. Inhale and plank. And carefully lower to your belly. Feet are going to stretch back. Arms are going to bend. Elbows gently squeezing toward the rib cage. Shalabhasana here. Really waking up these muscles of the back. Glutes, calves. And then hands and knees. Nice work. Left leg, extend it back. Watch that you're not resting out on that right hip. I'm actually going to give you a different view of this so that hopefully that makes sense. So you don't want to be resting out in the hip. You want to pin the hip in and keep it really strong and centered. All those contact points. We're going to fine tune this a little bit more. So I want you to stay here before we lift the leg up. So I like to think of the hands like gentle suction cups here. So little hasta bandha, that kind of drawing the thumbs and the fingertips in toward the palm and just kind of waking up the palm of the hand. And then float that left leg up. And we're here for a few breaths to allow you to kind of find how the body kind of wants to find an easier place to be. And that might happen by resting out in the hip or taking more weight in one arm than the other. And let's just see if we can stay active in all of our limbs, all of our contact points. Energize that lifted leg a little more. Tuck the right toes and just hover the right knee off the ground. And then slowly, three-legged dog. Keep the hips neutral. Drop into the right heel as much as you can. Knee down the center and place your left foot next to your left hand. I'm gonna grab my blocks because I moved them away. And then we are here in this nice deep lunge. Yeah. Press the hands down, lengthen the spine forward. Bend the left knee a lot and try to scoop the left rib cage off of the thigh. Firm the right leg and use the toes of the back foot, the ball of the foot to really connect into the ground. Yeah. Gently hug the feet toward each other. Engage the right glutes a little bit more. Really nice. Beautiful. One more inhalation. And then push into your left foot. Slowly start to straighten that left leg. And again, instead of bowing into the front leg, extend the spine forward. Good. Soften the knees. Pop this back foot in a little closer. Start to turn the hips open. And Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon. And we do the same thing on this side. So looking down the front side of the body, spotting the right foot. Equanimity in the pose, strong arms, strong legs, strong center. And in all of that strength, where's the softness? Equal softness. Working with ease. And Malasana, so start to bring that leg around. I'm going to go this way, but you can go to the top of your mat. I just want to be able to face you. And then sink down. Really nice. Enjoy a few breaths here. Notice the length of the inhale, the length of the exhale. We haven't spent a lot of time on focusing on the breath yet. And we're about to move into that segment where we get our breath and our movement to kind of do this. One more inhale. Forward fold with your exhale. Inhale, rise, reach. And then draw your hands into your heart. So a lot of the time, let me back up. I had this epiphany yesterday when I was teaching in person that I often say smooth out the breath. And I don't know if I've ever explained what that sensation for me is and what I mean when I say that. And maybe you just inferred your own, and that's beautiful. And if it works for you, you can keep it where it is. When I'm thinking of smoothing out the breath, just stay here breathing. Actually, turn your palms open. Let's get a little broadness across the chest while I talk for a brief moment. I swear it's going to be brief. The breath is smooth in the sense that when you inhale, it's not like a sudden, and then there's like this pause, and then and like a burst of exhale. It's smooth. It's almost like the initiation of the inhale or the exhale is as smooth as the duration of it. So there's not like a choppy start and a choppy end. It's just kind of like smooth and smooth. So I got this lumen, this thing that you breathe into that tells you like what you're burning, carbs, fat, blah, blah, blah. It was a gift. And you have to breathe into it, and you have to breathe evenly and keep this little circle, this little dot inside of a circle. And if you breathe too hard, it goes up here. And if you don't breathe hard enough, it's down here. And it was like, my mind was blown. I had this little picture of what a smooth breath actually looked like for me. And I was like, yes, this is it. This is what I envision when I'm talking about a smooth breath. So it's that sense of like, you're initiating, but it's not any greater than the middle of the breath. And then we match that with our movement. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. So there's a subtlety to it. There's a softness to it. Inhale, half forward fold. We're going to pause here and take about 5 breaths. Hands are going to slide up to just below the knees, or maybe like even a little lower if it's okay for you. I like just below my kneecaps. Press your hands into your shins. Press your shins back. Shift your weight so that you're balanced in your feet. You're not just resting back in your heels, but you're also not light in your heels. You're rooted in your heels. Your spine is incredibly long, and your shoulders are gently hugging toward your hips. So your lats are engaged, the front of your body's engaged. Take one more breath here, please, and then bow forward with your exhale. And then a smooth inhale to rise to stand, and release your arms with your exhale. So every time we hit that half forward fold, I want you to hit it today. I mean every day, but especially today. Inhale, rise up. Exhale and bow forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Step your right foot back, crescent pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground, smooth out the breath. Plank inhale. Chaturanga or the floor. Cobra, up dog, maybe Shalabhasana. And down dog, exhale. Right leg straight back with your inhale, control nice and smooth. And exhale, knee down the center, place your foot forward. Crescent pose, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground, step forward. Inhale, halfway. Fold, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Left foot steps back. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands to the ground. Plank inhale. Lower down, exhale. Your back bend, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Keeping your hips neutral, left leg stretches back. Kind of spot that foot nice and slow. Exhale down the center, place your left foot forward. Crescent inhale. Exhale, hands down, step forward. Inhale, halfway. And fold with your exhale. Inhale, rise up. Hands to your heart, exhale. Very nice. Inhale, rise up. Pause here. Glutes engage. Inhale, bow forward, exhale. Halfway inhale, plank exhale. Inhale, chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, your back bend. Down dog, exhale. Stay here, breathe in. Stay here, breathe out. Stay and inhale. Stay, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look at your hands, feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, rise. Hands to your heart, exhale. Smooth and beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Exhale and bow. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, open, open. Down dog, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Rise, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, heart to sky. Down dog, exhale. Stay, inhale. Exhale. Stay, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look at your hands, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, reach up, right knee lifts up. Exhale, hands down, standing splits. Inhale, halfway. Bend the standing leg, right leg reaches back. Crescent, inhale. Exhale, warrior two, open up. Yes. We will pause here. Beautiful. Just stay and breathe, just stay and breathe. As much work in the right leg as in the left leg. Shoulders square to the side of your mat. Don't worry about squaring your hips. Feel the length from your inner left thigh all the way down to that inner left knee. And you can take a gander at your left knee, and if it's kind of collapsing in to the right, imagine not just pushing the knee open, but wrapping open and getting that knee to track over the center of your foot. Good. Energize the arms. Maybe get that sense of that Hasta Bandha, just gently pulling the fingertips in toward the palms, like you've got two basketballs and you're trying to hold them here, like palming two basketballs. Yes. It's subtle, it's gentle. Inhale, straighten the front leg, rise up. Pivot your back heel in, and then sink to the back of your mat, Skandasana. dig the left heel in a little bit. Feel the back of that left leg waking up from the heel all the way up to the sitting bone. And then don't ignore this right leg, this right knee, okay? Find what's giving you centering and balance here. You don't have to have your heel down. I get that question all the time. Your heel does not have to be down. One more breath here. You're gonna turn to the back of your mat. Come onto your left toes, pick up your right foot, three-legged dog facing the back of, well, you're looking at the front of your mat, but you're turned backwards. Open the hips if it feels good. And then wild thing, coming around. And then lift the right arm to the sky. And then start to sit your hips down carefully. Good. Yeah, you're facing back to the front of your mat. Reach your right hand or your right shoulder, your right arm to the inside of that right knee. And just see if you can get to your left foot. You might not be able to, and it's totally fine if you can't. And you can give your left hand a little pressure from behind to bring the spine forward a bit. This is perfect. This doesn't have to change. If you want, right arm wraps the right leg, and then left arm comes behind. And you get a wrap here. You can use the strap, shirt, a towel.
I know it's best to say goodbye, but I can't seem to move away. Not to say.
Last inhale, get longer. Exhale, unravel, reach up. Okay, so this is going to be a tricky transition. I'm not going to lie. You can use blocks here. You can just come out however you want and come into where we're coming. But we're coming into half moon. So you're just going to start to like rock your weight forward. You can use this left hand to kind of give yourself a little lift, and then we open up. So you're standing on the right foot, half moon. Really nice. Start to bend the standing leg. Inhale, rise up. You don't have to be perfectly at the top of your mat. It's not always a neat little package. Left knee lifts up. Beautiful. And then forward fold, standing splits on this right leg. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And then step your left foot to the back of your mat. Crescent, inhale. And we open into warrior two. All right, and we've got all the same stuff that we had on the first side. So maybe that action in the fingertips and the palms. Sense of equal effort, equal ease in your body. Maybe you want to eyeball that right knee and see where it is in relationship to the foot and what you can do energetically, muscularly, position-wise.
Somehow
So good. Notice where your mind goes when I'm not giving you instructions, focal point. Where does your mind go? Stay here, stay present, be in your body, be on your mat. Rise up, inhale. Good. Skandasana to the back of your mat. Adjust, adjust, adjust. Inhale, last time. Turn to the back of your mat. Come into the right toes. Take this left leg up and back. Let the hips open if it feels good. And then from here, wild thing, if it feels good. Yeah. Any way that you want to be here. And then left arm reaches up. And carefully, carefully, you can kind of scoot yourself over if you want, because I'm going to hit the wall. Sit on down. Use your right hand to give yourself some leverage. Reach your left hand for your right foot. This is perfect. I want you to know that this doesn't have to change. I also want you to know that it's okay if your left sitting bone is off the ground. You do not have to jam it down. You can also take your foot forward a little more if that feels better to you. If you take your foot further forward, getting the wrap is like not going to happen. So it's like you just prioritize. If you want left arm wraps, right arm comes behind. And then you're using this arm onto the shin to lengthen the spine forward. I haven't said this in a while. I don't think I have anyway. There's nothing wrong with you if you can't do a pose. There's something wrong with the pose, right? And we can work toward poses that maybe we want to be able to do, and we still might not be able to do them. So we modify the pose to fit you, not the other way around. You don't have to change yourself to make a pose work. Change the pose.
Winter shall howl at the walls, tearing down doors of time. Shelter.
So now we've got this wonky transition coming. We're going to go from here to half moon. I mean, how the hell is that going to happen? However you need it to happen. If you want to pick up this leg, if you want to give yourself a little push here. So we've got this little pistol squat that's happening to get us there, and then open up. Like I said, change the pose to fit you.
Promise me this. You wait for me only, scared of the lonely arms. Surface far
Really nice.
below these birds.
I'm going to come around into an easy chair, if there's such a thing. Maybe an easeful chair.
Maybe, just maybe.
Forward fold.
I'll come
Exhale.
home.
Inhale, half forward fold. Make your way back to down dog. Spot your left foot. Slowly inhale, left leg back. Come high into your right toes. Bend your right knee. Look at your hands. Hop your right foot forward. Keep your left leg lifted. Blocks are fantastic here. About 12 inches in front of your right foot. Supported warrior 3. The ground is cool too, so if you don't have blocks, don't worry. But we're looking for length here in the spine. We're really looking for length here. Yes. Use your left glutes to hold that leg up and to take it further back. Start to bend both of your knees. Come into Jiva squat right here. Bring your hands into your heart. Start to pull your gaze up a little more. And then we're going to come back, not yet, into warrior 3. And you have the option of doing supported with your hands on the blocks, or if you want, expand any arm variation that you like. Back into Jiva, and then this time slide that left knee down and outside that right ankle. Beautiful. Twisting to your right. Really, really nice. You can make this more spacious if you want, bringing the right foot in front of your right foot in front of your left knee if that's better for you, or if you like having the left leg straight instead of bent. Great. Really nice. Really nice. So this is perfect what we're about to do, and I'm going to give you 2 options. So the first option is going to be wonderful. Open to your left, right hand to your right foot, and twist. So now you're just gently turning to the left. This doesn't have to change. Did I mention this was perfect? This is perfect already. But if you want, you can bring your hands to frame your left hip. Extend the right leg, and then Kundanyasana. 2. Yep. Yes. I saw that, Gabriella. That was beautiful. And then you'll come back out if you came into the arm balance. Good. I'm going to turn back to the top of my mat. And you're going to reach down, take your right foot. And then press that right leg away. You do not have to straighten your leg. Use the connection of the hands and the foot to broaden the chest, to lift the spine. So we've got another kind of wonky, tricky transition. I love tricky transitions because you really have to figure it out. Especially like if you don't have good knees, you better figure this out because you don't want to blast out your knees, right? So you're going to figure out how. We're going to come through to standing splits. So you're going to bring that right foot down, rock forward, and then take it up. Or whatever you need to make that happen. And then you're either staying in standing splits or you're finding that hasta bandha, that connection of that little suction cup action of the hands. And you can do that actually in standing splits and just work that. If you want, bottom leg is your bouncer, your lifter, top leg is your swinger. Handstand. And as always, never worrying about actually finding the handstand. Have fun with it. Beautiful. And then we make our way back. Down dog. I'm going to spot your right foot. And then lengthen the right leg back. Come really high in your left toes. Bend your left knee. Look at your hands. You're going to keep your right leg lifted. And you're going to pop up left foot forward. I love blocks here. Supported warrior 3. So we started class on hands and knees with one leg back. This is the same thing, it's just that you're on your foot instead of your knee. That same sense of pinning the left hip in, lengthening the right leg, using the right glutes to extend and hold the leg up, the belly pulling up. This like lifting. So we just imprint what this feels like. Start to bend your knees. Bring that right knee behind the left calf. Shift the hips back and down and lift the heart up. Jiva squat. And then opening back up, supported or unsupported warrior 3. Any variation in the arms that feels good to you today. Yes, yes, yes. And then back into Jiva. And then slide the knee down or get here however you need to. So your right foot's on the right side of the left thigh or in front of the knee. And then we'll twist here. Nice and easy. We haven't done a ton of twisting today. Just be gentle. The truth is, in a lot of neutral poses, there's a little element of twisting to keep yourself neutral. But this is a different sensation. And I mean, even on the days when we do a lot of twisting, it should still be gentle. Your last inhale. And you're releasing it with your exhale. Just turn it to the right. This is perfect. This does not need to change. If you want, bring your hands around. So you're framing your hip. I'm going to run out of space here, but this is a better view for the setup. And then take your hands a little forward so you actually have to kind of lift up to it. And you don't actually have to go anywhere. You could extend that right leg and extend the left leg and keep your right leg down if you want, and practice Kundalini too. I can't extend my right leg because I'm against the wall, so go for it if you want it. There it is, there it is. And you gotta kind of tip the spine forward to get the legs up, the butt up. Beautiful. Very nice. And then come back through center. All right, how are we gonna get from here? I lied, come around. Not yet. Take your left leg. Not yet, I was getting ahead of myself. Use this to lift more, to find more length and openness. Now, how are we gonna get from here to standing splits? We're gonna bring it around somehow and lift up. And then maybe that little bit of action, that suction cup in the hands, and maybe working handstands. And then this time, just a forward fold. Bring both feet down. Separate, and then whatever you want with your hands. Maybe Pada Hastasana, hand under the foot. Maybe hands behind the hips laced. Release the hands, Malasana. Just drop the hips. Really nice work. Really, really nice. And then when you're ready on your backs, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we've got a couple back bends. Bridge if you like. Give yourself a nice wide, long stance to start. Cut your triceps into the ground. So kind of turn the triceps down, broaden across the chest, pinky fingers down. And then if you want, slide your hands together, lace your fingers, and continue that sort of lengthening of the arms. Your next exhale delivers you back down to the ground. And just assess, how was that on your body? What would you like next? Maybe you want to support a bridge with a block. Maybe you want to go bridge and then extend the legs out straight on the floor or in the air. Or maybe you want to go up bow. Maybe you want something totally different. You're going to do what you want. If you're coming into up bow, I encourage you to play with your hand position. You don't need to have your hands narrow. You don't have to have your fingers pointing straight at your shoulders. There's a lot of ways to be here. When you're ready, rise up. Your exhale brings you back down. Feet wider than your hips, knees drop in together. Bring your feet pretty much in line with your hips, with your sitting bones. Neutralize your knees. Cross your right ankle to your left knee. And then drop your knees to the right. Take your left arm out to the side. So your right ankle's just kind of caught the outer left thigh here, or left knee. If it doesn't feel good on any part of your body, find something else to do here. It might be ankle to knee pose. It might just be the twist. We're kind of getting a little hip stretch and a gentle twist here. So if that combination's not working, just move on. Come back to center, carefully. And then let's reverse that. So left ankle to right knee. Just take the knees to the left. Right arm to the right. Give yourself permission to play in a pose, to find something else, some other expression. Our bodies are so unique and different that I cannot tell you what's going to feel perfect for you, because there's many of you. So this is where I like to say figure it out, and I'm not saying that in a dismissive way. It's in a inviting way. Figure it out. The beauty of giving yourself that permission to explore is that if you foster and cultivate that and keep that fresh, you're responding to your needs every single time you get on your mat, or every single time you're working in your physical body, or even your emotional state, right? Come back to center. Release your foot down. Maybe happy baby, maybe Supta Baddha Konasana, maybe just knees to chest. Something that's kind of balanced and symmetrical. And then release your legs all the way out. If you wanted to finish legs up the wall, you're welcome to. We're only here about 2-3 minutes. Release your hands, release your feet, release your fingers and toes, your jaw, your tongue, your eyes. Allow the floor to receive your weight. Reach the arms overhead. Stretch your feet from your hands from your feet. And then bend your knees. Roll to your side. From your side, rise to sitting. Draw your hands into your heart. Take a breath in. And just bow your mind to your heart. Rise, eyes open gently. Thank you for your practice. Namaste.